Hello witches and welcome back to Activist Witch, where we discuss witchcraft and activism. You can call me Isha, my pronouns are she, they, and in today's video I'm going to take you to the haunted bookshop in Bristol, where I held a talk about Witches for Palestine to find like-minded spirits because witchcraft is political, and we'll go more into it as we go along in the video. But before we get started, let me remind you that I've opened a Ko-fi, and if you like what I do here, you can support me directly there with a one-off donation, a monthly donation, or even get a tarot reading with me Italian style. The low-income option starts at £5, and for the foreseeable future, part of my profits from tarot readings go split evenly between Cwtches to Gaza, who support Palestinian refugees, and the Good Law Project, who's trying to bring back trans rights to the UK, because trans rights are human rights. So if you decide to support me there, thank you so very much. So, as you might know, Witches for Palestine is in its third phase. On the first one, we did a Q&A with Sammie and Sabrin, who are two Palestinian people, personal friends of mine, who answered all your user-submitted questions about Palestine in early 2024. The video is available to watch, and I'll link it down in the description below with all the Witches for Palestine playlist. But here, in less than 2 hours, you can learn everything about Palestine, even if you've never heard more than "it's a complicated issue" repeated by the media propaganda. Phase 2 was a raffle in support of Cwtches to Gaza, which is a local group to me here in South Wales. I know Amy and Sol personally. They're a wonderful couple of wives who've been to Egypt to support a few dozen Palestinian families there and raise funds for food and evacuation when the border reopens for 2 families in Gaza too. We did an interview with her. Check it out. It's wonderful to see how our support helped people directly. So on Monday 1st of September, the Haunted Bookshop was kind enough to let me reach out to the local witchy community in Bristol. Bristol is a very progressive town. I mean, their pride doesn't allow cops to march, so that gives you the measure of where they stand as a community. And I knew that witches who do not do spiritual bypassing must have been there. And I wasn't disappointed. Monica and Liz, Jupiter Oak Tarot, who's been part of Witches for Palestine since the beginning, they welcomed myself and Raven there. We set up. We got there a bit earlier, so I had time to check out the tarot area downstairs. Honestly, it's so cozy and the vibes are so homey for a witch. They host lots of talks, events to find your coven. I will definitely be back for that. I have hosted tarot workshops in person before in Cardiff, always about, queering the tarot, decolonizing the tarot, but this was the biggest in-person audience I ever spoke to. Also, I'm not keen on the hierarchy of talks, so we all ended up turning our chairs into a circle to echo the rage circle that happened for Witches for Palestine on Saturday 6th of September, so that we could all come together, share, ask questions. I talked about how Witches for Palestine came to be, my own ignorance even as an Arab person myself, and how I learned, and then I tried to share what I learned via the previous phases of Witches for Palestine. I shared about my wonderful co-conspirators, Imogen from Sapling Tarot and AnnMaddox, who's been the host of the Zoom Rage Circle and really needs no introduction. Thanks to everyone from the bottom of my heart for participating in the Witches for Palestine Rage Circle. It was phase 3 of Witches for Palestine. It's not the last phase, because I challenge anyone to get to know what happens in Palestine and thinking that I've done my bit and now I can stop. But genuinely, thanks, because it's the first time I think that we came together with the community, and it was just different from other times. Like before, we tried, rightfully I think, to elevate the voice of Palestinian people, the voice of Amy herself, who runs Cwtches to Gaza, and this was the first time that I think coming together was also our own kind of self-care. And I think there's a lot of comfort finding out that, see, you're not crazy. You're not crazy for being empathetic. You're not crazy for caring. You're not crazy for calling this a genocide. There are others like you scattered around the world that have the same kind of decency and principles. And if there were more of those, maybe the world wouldn't be at the point that it is. But I am glad that we did this. I am so grateful to Kellyanne and Imogen for basically running this. Like I am glad to have shared the word, but realistically, none of this would have happened without Kellyanne and Imogen. So, and thank you to everyone that came. Like, I think at some point we had peaks of like 40, 50 people. I think in total, like 80 people donated to join. And actually, and maybe this is part of the numbers that, will make you feel like how we change things. We raised almost or just over £1,000, which wasn't even part of what we expected, because every ticket was a £5 donation. Yes, we said £5 or more, and you took it seriously. So we're so grateful. Cwtches to Gaza told us that today is the 7th of September, and they are already a third of the way of their needs for the month paid, mostly because of people that donated to Witches for Palestine. So thank you. And if you're wondering, we're not done. No, we're not done. We'll never be done until Palestine is free. So keep an eye on the Witches for Palestine social media, because phase 3.5 is coming soon. Thank you all. I cannot express in words how valuable it is to come together and see that there are other people who haven't been fooled by the love and light spiritual bypassing community who claim talking politics is not what witchcraft is about. If you know your history, you know the term witch is political. You know that even if you don't want to do politics, politics will do you, because it impacts our lives, and the difference is just a privilege to deal with the consequences. It's incredibly therapeutic to see that there are witches proud to be so, and proud to show how their spirituality is intrinsically connected to the liberation of all marginalized people. I said it before, I'll say it again, the opposite of capitalism is queer witchcraft community. I did an entire video essay about it, check it out. Thanks to the Haunted Bookshop for hosting us, thanks to Monica and Liz who made me feel like I have a coven away from my home. And thanks to every single wonderful witch who came in solidarity to Palestine. The Rage Circle happened just yesterday. It was an incredibly powerful experience to see that we're not alone. We're not crazy for committing what the right now calls the sin of empathy. We are everywhere, literally scattered around the world, and we will not forget about Palestine. We will not forget about collective liberation. We will not forget where we come from as witches and how the objective of our craft is ultimately to make the world a better place. Not just for personal empowerment, but to actually take that energy and transform it into something that actively makes a tangible, positive impact on the rest of the world. Check out the Witches for Palestine social media. We have a newsletter, we have an Instagram now, we have a website. Keep posted there, keep posted on my channels, on Kellyanne's and on Imogen's. For phase 3.5, phase 4, it's coming. We are already setting down the foundations for that. Check out Cwtches to Gaza. They keep you posted on how every single penny is spent and on the people that you're directly helping. And until the next video, I really hope that we can hex the patriarchy together, because there's need for it.